There was a man named Stan Freeberg, very funny guy, who made some records on Capitol and told me in the event of an earthquake, the Capitol Tower can screw itself into the ground. I never saw that part of it, but this iconic building has turned out such stars and music, and it's one of the great recording studios. Just an amazing place, and the record label it represents has come back to life under the direction of Steve Brandt, who rode out here in a white horse from the east and set it straight in the elite class again. But now to the career. I started at Warner Brothers Records, and we bought Reprise Records, Sinatra's company. And along with the buy, I inherited a guy named Mo Austin, who was the head of Reprise at the time, and said, "You come and join with me." And we were known as the Mojo Show, and had a run of hits and success that was out of sight. Mo's under the weather today and could not be here with us. But he has left a legacy, as have so many other artists. Francis Albert Sinatra, who's recorded for here, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and so forth. And it's been a pleasure to have worked with all these folks. You work with the talent, you must assume something. They're all nuts. Now, a lot of nuts and some just quirky, but the talent, they're not like you and I. They can take a sheet of paper, put notes on it, go into a studio, record, and then entertain thousands of people. We can't do that, but they are somewhat nuts. If you spend 8 years with the Grateful Dead, as I have, you'll find that your mind is blown out. They said I would never understand the music unless I dropped some acid with them. So I never ate, drank, or even breathed around them at all. And that worked out. Then I had a warm, cuddly artist who's always so pleasant and friendly, named is Van Morrison. I was the only one in the company he would talk to. So I got all these rants, and one day I said, "Van, you light up a room just by leaving it." Well, we got through that, and Capitol was a great experience, and we have been, my darling wife and I, we've been to Monterey and Woodstock and everything else. I'll do a real... I am going to introduce a couple of people in my family, because family is what keeps it all together. My wife, who came out here 58 years ago on a blind date, and somebody told me she was gorgeous and an heiress. 1 out of 2. I've been looking for the money for 58 years. Not a clue. And then my son, Jeff, who's a maven in the wine world, and his wife is wonderful Amy, digital queen, and the little princess is John Thomas Dye, granddaughter Lila Smith. And not to forget, number 2, Julie Nonstop Kellner. She's planning 5 parties for tonight and 6 Thursday. And so with Julie, we have her husband, a legend in the television business, who started both the Warner Brothers and Capitol Records. No, not Woody. Whatever. 20th Century Fox. Jamie Kellner and his son, my best pal, Christopher Kellner. So this is a remarkable day, and everybody's turned out. They had to in the family, or they're out of the will. And I thank all of you for being here, and especially to Bonnie and Jackson, who I admire. They're not nuts. No, they're a little bit nuts, not a lot of nuts. Jackson traditionally takes a little time to make a record. As a matter of fact, I did an interview, and I said Jackson Browne puts out a record every time Halley's Comet comes over. That's every 75 years. And as it happened, when I did the interview, it was Halley's Comet time. Jackson took a copy of Time magazine and slugged Jackson Browne's album nears completion. But I thank them, because they are such terrific talents and terrific people, and all the Capitol people who have been helpful. thank you again. And it has been a real special event in my life. Thank you.